So, boys, recently I've just started to create a daily plan and I've been reviewing it the first thing in the morning and the last thing before I go to bed and any chance I get throughout the day. And it doesn't really matter what's on the plan and what I have planned, but what the plan actually includes in terms of systems. What I've got is essentially a way for me to create priorities for the day ahead and also to be able to, for me to come back and review and ask myself questions throughout the day. And I've been doing this for the past few days. And honestly, when you're first starting out in this path, whether you're 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, you're going to go through a little identity crisis. And what this essentially means is when you're doing things like taking your life a bit more seriously, your ego, your mind, this little insecure part of yourself, this identity that you've kept and built for ages, is going to come along and essentially say, yo, this serious path you're taking is not you, so come back to comfort and let's just stay here. And what I've found is having this system where every single day, no matter what happens, you can come back to this one sheet of paper where it's got your top priorities for the day. It's got your entire day planned out from start to finish, and it's got questions and reminders of who you're trying to be and where you're trying to get to, has been priceless. What I've done is I've got Notion as a software on my MacBook, and I've created a little template where all I have to do is duplicate it every day. And so tonight I'll be creating a plan for tomorrow, and the plan will include something like writing down my priorities, what tomorrow is going to be about. Is it about working at my job? Is it a recovery day? Is it a content day? Whatever it is. And in there, I've got links to my goals. So in Notion, I've also written down my goals and my projects and things that I'm focusing on. So, generally anytime that life gets in the way, you forget about where you're going or you get distracted throughout the day. The idea is to be able to come to a place, a sheet of paper or a digital paper document on your laptop, on your phone, and be reminded of that direction that you were heading in the first place, because it's so easy to get, caught up in, again, the distractions, but also your own mind, the belittling thoughts that your mind is capable of generating when you're first trying to make a big change in your identity. That's what happens. A little introduction. Essentially, because you are the person you've always been, when you try to make a major shift in your identity, becoming a new person, getting rid of old habits, what will happen is your old identity will eventually grapple with you and fight with you to get you to stay back in that old identity. Because again, it's something that you've created for over such a long time that it's going to be so hard to get rid of, but it is possible. And so this little system is a way to combat that, and it's also a way to stay super organized every single day. On my daily planner, I've also got content titles. If it's a recording date that I need to record, I've got little tasks that I need to do, and I've got all my systems, my morning habits checked out. So recently also, because of this new system, my morning habits have always all been the same. So I wake up at 8:30. I go to brush my teeth, I wash my face, and then I shower, I put my skincare on, I get out, I get dressed, and I do my bed, and then I go and I make a hydration drink, coconut water or creatine with water and salt. And then I essentially go and I review my day. So I go and I sit down either in my room or outside somewhere, go for a walk, and then I'll review my day, see what I've planned the night before. I'll prioritize accordingly. I'll remind myself, I'll journal a little bit about my sleep, how I'm feeling, what I plan to do today, everything like that, and then I'll get on with my day. So whatever big task I have scheduled next, is it my job, is it this event, is it this project, is it content, is it editing, whatever it is, I'll go ahead with that on for the rest of the day. And then at nighttime, around 10:30 p.m., what I'll do is I'll put on my wind down schedule. So my my indoor lights will go red. I'll start to get away from electronics. I'll start to avoid, blue lights in general. and stimulation. And then I'll go and I'll do my grooming routine again. I'll go take a shower, brush my teeth, get out, and then I'll come to my laptop and I will review the day that I just experienced, but also create the strategy, the plan for tomorrow. So what I plan to do is I actually plan to, once I complete it, release it to you guys, and I'll do a video about it as well, how it works, what you can expect, and how you can use it as well. For the guys in the school community, it'll be completely for free, but for everybody else, I'm planning to charge like $5 to $6 Australian dollars. So that'll be around about $4 to $3 US dollars and like €2 or something like that. So it won't be that expensive at all. Nonetheless, I'm going to keep going and keep using this system. I'm going to keep planning my days, and I plan to do a video about that soon. But honestly, first and foremost, I can already feel like, I'll put it this way, right? You might find it a bit like, oh, it doesn't really sound that important, but trust me, it is, in terms of, if you've got a history, like your background, if you've got a background of, there is this person that I am most of the time and I don't like it, and there is this person that I'm trying to become. And I've struggled with this in the past, whether that's been I've gone through ruts or I've experienced things and I haven't made much progress, and my own limiting beliefs have, left me behind, because I've experienced all of that, to be honest with you. This little system that I can create, if I just do the same things every single day, the same good things every single day, the 5 things, whatever it is, the important things, this system is going to get me forward to that desired reality, that desired character that I've dreamed about and I've created for myself. And that is the primary reason that I'm doing this as well. Because God knows, life gets in the way. I mean, I'm struggling to come up with a few examples right now, but shit, like if you're in a relationship, you get broken up with, or you go through some troubles, shit, man, that can play on you, If you've just been fired from a job, if you're tight on bills and money and you're working most of the time, right? Life can get in the way of your goals, but having this daily planner allows you to come back to the most important aspects of your life. So take this, boys. If you're interested, join the school community. It's completely for free, and it's essentially for guys from 18 to 25 who are taking their 20s seriously and locking in and building a foundation. So it's got a few of these couple serious guys in there who obviously are planning ahead and building for their 30s. In there, I'll put the Notion template once it's ready, completely for free. And I've got a few courses that I'm working on as well, completely for free in there. You can check it out. But the most important aspect, honestly, for me is having like a community aspect of guys that we can support each other with. Because, shit, man, journey gets lonely, And the example that I always like to make is pretend, and I'm sure you're going to relate to this because it's got a video gaming example, but you've just hopped into a MMORPG. It's massive. There's just hundreds of thousands of hours of content. You don't know where to start. What if you could join a guild of players a few steps ahead of you who could teach you the game and you could play the game with? Wouldn't that be priceless? I mean, isn't that the whole purpose of an MMORPG? Massively multiplayer, online, role-playing game. You're supposed to play with other people, so that's the most logical way to go about the game. Well, we don't really have something for life until social media and the internet came along and communities came along. And that's why I created that community in the top link in the description. It's just a guild. It's a way for like guys to get into a network and learn directly from each other, share resources with each other, read, all the good stuff. So yeah, man, keen for that. I'll see you guys around.